I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Alright, I'm counting on you. See if you can find anything at all. And not just wait for me to find everything. Welcome back, Mr. Edgewood. Now come on, let's get back to our investigation. Yes, let's. Okay. We're going over to Babahl. He's here now, I guess. Yeah, okay. Dang, after all that running around, we're right back where we started! It would appear that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Hey. Have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Plano, but I have yet to find his killer. Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu. Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who's only out to steal the truth. Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright? Mr. Plano? Actually, there's one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh, sure, please, feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Plano. You're a total gentleman. Ha ha ha! You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss. Hey, Mr. Plano! Those two sure got chummy awfully quickly. You know, it's easy to say we're gonna investigate, but where should we begin? We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted. Yeah, when I came into this room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Cochin's killer. We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key to the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved. I knew it! That woman's almost definitely Mr. Cochin's killer! Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved in this case. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad. Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too? Yes, he's been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years. Uncle Bad. Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire. What? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Did this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all? I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. But this could be how that person escaped! Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. Okay, Babahl's embassy! The body is no longer on the floor. We'll check that out. It appears that Mr. Cochin's body has been taken in for an autopsy. The white outline is all that is left to tell the tale of his murder. Let's go over here where we weren't allowed to go before. It appears this area was heavily damaged by the fire. Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Okay, I'm immediately drawn to the ink bottle. There's a bottle of Babahl's ink on Mr. Cochin's desk. And it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside. The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink. Hey, Mr. Plano, looks like your precious Babahl's ink is all right after all. What? That's odd. Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there is something strange about the ink. Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? Okay, I guess we have to talk to you to get elaboration on that statement, please. Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Oh, which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight? Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Babahli's embassy tonight. What a bother all of that was. Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one after the Jammin' Ninjas show. Well, the first occurred at the start of the Jammin' Ninjas show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not the one thing to cause a panic among the theater goers, or they decided to keep it internal. Then, the fire after the Jammin' Ninjas show was the second one of the night. Exactly. The fire witness was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detectives Bad make reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. Okay, update that. So then what was the extent of damage in the second fire? The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above it that caused the 8th. That's, how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye. Okay. I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Polano. Oops, look at me going on and on now. Hey, what was it you wanted to ask again? We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you don't happen to know what Mr. Cochin's actions and whereabouts were as well. Yes, very well. Let's see, I've been quite busy all day from morning until now. First I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After that I had a roll of breakfast. Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you'd like a condensed version. Alright, I can do that for you. We'll get to the ink. We'll just down the list. Just check it all off. So what did Mr. Cochin and you do this morning? Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Jammin' Ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were here tidying up his office. You have to clean Mr. Cochin's office. Why were you not cleaning on your own? I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. We haven't gotten logic things in a while. Which is why both the Prima Dog statue and the Babahli's knife set are down here. I see. Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. Well, just burn some files. We no longer needed an expired coupons in the fireplace. I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain though, huh? How about that? I kinda forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up a creek without Manny here to get angry at me. An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of the secretary's anger. Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Even just this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Babahli's ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, you see. He got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect. Apparently orders go up the chain of command around here. Interesting. That's about it for what we did this morning, just some cleaning. Don't tell me you had no other work to do. Being an ambassador and all, then shouldn't you have other people doing the cleaning for you, so you could do ambassadorial work? Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did this afternoon. Well, Manny and I went down together to the Theatrum Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone. So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. A little while later, after I threw myself up a bit, I returned to the theater. Because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show. There was a commemorative photo op at the end. It was a fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the German Ninja. He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador.
When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out.
So you didn't see Mr. Cochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show?
Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep.
I see. Ambassador Peleno, I thank you very much for your help.
I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright?
Let's talk about that ink that you thought was weird. I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochin's bottle of ink.
I just thought of it right now. But during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all.
Hold it!
The fire was green. What was the cause?
Well, with crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern, which you already know. We told you about it earlier.
Babahl's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green.
You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire, so that's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk.
The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery. What exactly was it that caught on fire in here?
Okay. Green flames. I think we need to look in the fireplace.
A fireplace, huh? So Babahl's offices have them too. Two? There's a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Allabahst office. However, we have found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe that we've found that lady's undershirt in the fireplace. If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? You could climb inside and we could play hide and seek. And come out covered in soot? I think not. You really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth.
I was expecting, like, the secret panel that we found to be mirrored and, like, all kinds of documents in the fireplace, but apparently there's not really much in there.
You can see the Allabahst embassy through this window. So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Damascus II was killed. What? You don't mean the masked star Damascus II? Oh, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this. Even though Damascus II was merely an imposter of the original.
I mean, you know, it's kind of a big deal. Let's see if there's, because we only looked at that one thing. We didn't really do this very thoroughly.
So I guess embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh? Well, what did you imagine them to look like? I thought that Babahl's would look like a flower and the receiver would be a butterfly. That way it looked like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base. If any country had a flower phone, it would be Allabahst, don't you think? Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were Codopia. There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place. You know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and an imagination.
Do I have any other logic things? Connected fireplaces. Renovations. That's gonna be important. But I don't know if it matters for this. Let's look at the rest of these things.
Looks like a bunch of flies with coupons attached to them. Boss sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own and call it the Great Thief Coupon. And what kind of discount would that net you? The 5-finger kind, what else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer. Things such as the truth. What else would I steal? Honestly, Edgeworth, come on. Well, I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now. Go steal some truth for me. There's only one book left standing here. Treasures of the World. Wait, what? Let me see that. Uh-huh. I see. Ah! The most important part was blackened by the fire. Why, cruel fate? Why? Looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burnt. Bummer. Manny Cochin. His name is written here on this nameplate. Why would you put a nameplate with your name on it in your own office? I suppose it's to inform people in case they walked into the wrong room by mistake. Do you think maybe it's also there to remind you of your own name if you forget? Well, either way, it's never a bad thing to sit a nameplate on one's desk. Just to clarify. Let's check out the chair. That looks like a very comfortable chair. Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it? No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes. That's because I am a prosecutor and it's part of my job to examine things. And my job is to be a great thief. Which is exactly why you are not allowed to touch anything. The desk itself? It looks like a bunch of... Oh, it's just the coupons. Okay. Okay. Is this something? No, it's just a broken piece of shrapnel. Nothing important. Oh, what about the drawer? It would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire. But it doesn't look too damaged. Oh, I think we can rifle through this drawer a bit. I suppose we really should take a look. Ah ha ha ha! More clues! It seems that the contents of this drawer survived the fire rather well. Now that's a sturdy desk! I guess that's the value of solid wood construction! Let's see if there's anything useful left in here, Mr. Edgeworth! This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere. Okay. So it's just the notepad. And we've been given deduce. What do we have that would tell us where it's from? Kingdom of Allabahst still produces the very luxurious Codopian paper. What have we got that would tell us something about Codopian paper document? Documented the smuggling of Babahli's ink. Counterfeit bills. Maybe Babahli's ink. They are in curation in Zengfa. Damask's note. It looks exactly like Damask's note. The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found. Hey, right? What is it? It looks like something straight out of Monument Valley.
Ah, yes, that notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see.
Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it.
Would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you.
Are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fires? Ambassador Plato, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note.
This looks like Manny's handwriting.
I see. In that case... Oh, did you figure something out? This note was found in Allabahst. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damask II. Damask II? Then this note... Yes, it was a request from Mr. Cochin for Damask II to steal the Primaduck statue.
What? Manny tried to steal Allabahst's Primaduck statue.
We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochin?
Yes, I can gather a few and give them to you.
I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis.
I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this.
Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue?
There is one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation.
Anything you can tell me would be of great help, Ambassador. Alright, we have more talkies. I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Cochin hired Damask Jr.
Actually, I fear it might be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue is the real one as a part of today's event.
But because the Yatagarasu and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it?
I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. But you see, Babahl's statue, well, is just a replica.
And did Mr. Cochin know that about Babahl's Primiduck statue?
Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. To be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority.
Yes, I understand.
When I told the man my concerns, he said, "Let me handle it, it'll be alright." I found a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the United Codopia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious.
Mr. Cochin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Codopian ambassador.
But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be.
I don't know the answer to why he was trying so hard yet. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind, beyond just simple kindness.
Oh, hey, I'm Miss Edgeworth. Hey!
Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested?
Yep, got it all right here, sir. There you go, Kay. Feel free to take a look. It's for you after all.
What's all this, Gummy?
It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire.
Good work, Detective.
It's nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk.
Wow, you two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad. What do you mean? As a prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Well, don't you worry. I'm gonna find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm gonna become a good Yatagarasu, just like my father, right? Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it is truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust, even if they're an idiot. You bet! So now, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Yeah? That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon is Little Thief. Oh, you mean Little Thief? Hey, you're coming to rely on it, aren't you? It's kind of handy to have, a bunch of holographic future tech at your disposal. I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire. You got it! All right, here we go! Dark skies of evening when no other bird dares take wing. One alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.